Hello everybody, in today's video I'm reviewing the top 10 things to do if you live in Sedona. So this is a list of things that the local residents like to do with their time, their free time, their hobbies. It is not things to do if you are a tourist and thinking about taking a vacation or a weekend or traveling Sedona. This is not a travel channel. This is a living in Sedona, living in Northern Arizona channel. So if you are thinking of moving to Sedona or maybe retiring in Sedona or even picking up a home and becoming a part-time resident, these are the things that the locals love to do. So if you might get into any of these things, maybe you would be a good fit for moving to Sedona. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona, where I'll teach you everything there is to know about living in the Northern Arizona towns. My name is Dickenson, and I am a licensed real estate agent in Northern Arizona. So if you ever have a question about buying or selling a home, please reach out to me. My contact information is always in the description below, and you can give me a call, text, or an email, and I will get back to you. Okay, the first thing that many people that live in Sedona like to do is to go hiking and walking, hiking on the trails, or just walking around the neighborhoods. A lot of people have dogs they like to take for a walk, and if you don't feel like getting in the car and driving to a trailhead, you can just take your dog on a leash or just go out by yourself and walk through the neighborhoods. There's probably going to be a good view at any point in the neighborhood, so it's a nice time, and it is a good way to get some exercise now on the beautiful weather days, and it's not too crowded. We certainly like to go on and go to any of the trailheads and take a hike on. There's so many trails and there's so many levels of experience that if you're a beginner, many beginner trails. If you are a advanced hiker, many trails that will accommodate you. So just get the Red Rock parking pass for $20. That will keep you in parking compliance for a year, and many of the locals are into the hiking. Okay, number 2 is there are a lot of people that live in Sedona who are very artistic. So doing art, making jewelry, photography. Art and photography is another thing that a lot of the locals love to do. There are classes at the bead shop. There are many people that post photos on the local groups. Just a lot of amazing photography you see, and then very good artists. I'm not saying professional artists, although there are many artists that live here and display their work in the gallery, but a lot of us just like to get together and draw, paint, colored pencil, do art projects, jewelry projects. So if you are an artistic person or a photographer, this might be a good place for you to live. Okay, number 3 is there are a lot of people, myself including, that are really into collecting rocks and crystals. There are a lot of rock shops, crystal shops. I have them all over the place. In fact, you could see my little collection here. One of my collections where they're so pretty and they're so unique, and everywhere you go there's a rock shop, so I end up picking up a lot of little interesting pieces of crystal just to have for my collection. And then if you're into what the crystals can do, or a lot of people who are even more in-depth knowledgeable about the crystals than I am, I do like them and have them all over the house. But there are a lot of places. This is also interesting. When I first moved here, I would see people that have these beautiful crystals displayed like in a bird bath in the front yard, and I'm like, wow, nothing gets stolen, because I moved from Phoenix here 6 years ago, and if somebody had a beautiful display of expensive crystals in their yard, it would certainly be taken. Nope, these crystals are out displayed in people's yards, and they stay there, and they're fantastic. A lot of people have them in their house, so we have a lot of rock hounds, rock collectors living here in Sedona. Okay, number 4 is golf. There are so many beautiful golf courses. A lot of people like to play golf. Both men and women are into golf. Now, I myself am not into golf, probably because I'm extremely uncoordinated when it comes to anything doing with a ball and a stick and catching, throwing, hitting a ball. Forget it. Would bring me to tears. That's how terrible I am. But many people are into golf, and there are so many beautiful golf courses that if you've been into golf ever, maybe in the past, and you don't do it now, if you would end up moving to Sedona, I'd say it's pretty likely you're going to get into playing golf again. Okay, number 5 is going to the gym and the spa. So There is a Snap Fitness. There's one both here in the Village of Oak Creek and in West Sedona. And I recently joined the gym with my friend at the Hilton. There's the Hilton Sedona Athletic Club at the Hilton, which is fantastic. It's a little more per month in dues, but they have a lap pool, they have 2 jacuzzis, they have a weight room, they have classes, they have yoga, and I have been trying to get myself motivated to go regularly since I moved to Sedona 6 years ago, and recently my friend is like, let's just join the Hilton, and it's been fantastic. I've been going every morning. We're doing the yoga out on the pool deck, or doing the weights in the weight room, or swimming laps. I've finally gotten myself motivated to regularly work out, whereas before it was like sporadic. I'd go for a week every day, and then I wouldn't go for a month. So joining one of these gyms is another thing that the locals like to do. Okay, number 6 is something that the tourists do and the locals. We like to go because there's so many great shops and restaurants, and even galleries that you might do like an afternoon out with your friends. Like, say, 2 or 3 of my female friends will go out to lunch in one of these places that has a great view, and then we'll go shopping uptown. There's so many unique stores that even when you live here, you don't get tired of shopping because the stuff kind of rotates. They have new stuff all the time. So just doing a girls' day out shopping and having lunch with your friends, that's something that's very common and very good because you get socially connected, and it's lots of fun. And on that note, I want to take it a little bit further, and number 7 would be also like a trip out with your friends or by yourself, a spa day. So if you want to go to the spa and get like a facial or a massage. Now, I don't really do this myself. I've not really been into facials and massages and stuff, but it does sound very cool because there's so many places at the hotels that they have great packages on spa day that a lot of people like to do that, either just solo, go for a massage, or with your friend, go for a massage, or if you have a husband, to go as a couple, get a massage, a facial, or something in the spa where you're kind of like pampering yourself for the day. Okay, number 8 is there are so many spiritual activities, church-type activities, paranormal type activities. And when I say activities, it could be a class, it could be a seminar, or a reading with someone. There are a lot of spiritual things that go on here. Like, for instance, my church is having, at the end of the month, a Daughters of Heaven conference. It's a very big conference. People come, and it's like a 2-day workshop where you kind of, if you're on the spiritual path, it will help you grow spiritually. Other things, there are UFO lectures. The UFO lectures are very, very popular. People in Sedona are really into aliens, so there's a lot of lectures or workshops about aliens, even tours about aliens. Psychic fairs, again, the psychic fairs are a lot of fun, where you might have an event for the afternoon, and there are 5 or 6 booths with very reputable psychics that you can go and have readings. But anyhow, there's also like Center for the New Age has on staff. You could get a tarot reading, you could get a tea leaf reading, you could get a medium reading, not just Center New. A lot of these little stores will have a little association with some of the local psychics, or people that can help you with that kind of stuff. I really do love the woo-woo stuff. I think it's super fun and fascinating, but you don't have to be into that to move to Sedona, but there are quite a few people that are into it, and that's why there are so many events or so many activities that you can get into if you are into the woo-woo stuff. Okay, number 9 is taking a day trip. Since we are kind of centrally located in the northern half of the state, there are a lot of people that will go for a day trip. I do this all the time, take a trip to Flagstaff for the day, meet up with friends, maybe go hiking over there, maybe go to Lake Mary. Other places to take a day trip, you could go to the Grand Canyon for the day, you could go to Meteor Crater for the day, you could also go to Prescott, you could go to Whiskey Row and the town square, lots of stuff to do in the Prescott area. You could go to Watson Lake. A lot of people also like to take a day trip to like the Phoenix area, Scottsdale, especially in the wintertime when it's beautiful down in Phoenix. Like right in the summertime, you probably want to avoid it, but day trips, there are many possible day trips to do if you live in Sedona, because we're like a very nice centralized northern Arizona location. Okay, and finally, number 10, I'm going to say there are a lot of like festivals and events. Like there's music festivals, sometimes you have the food truck festival, there's the film festival, the famous film festival in Sedona, all sorts of other local events. There are also local events in like Camp Verde, Camp Fort Verde Days, Corn Fest. So a lot of festivals, especially when the weather is nice, that people like to go for the day and just attend one of the local festivals. So many fun things to do as a local. Probably locals aren't doing a lot of the things like the Pink Jeep Tour. Like that's something you do before you move to Sedona. I have done that maybe 20 years ago, and it was a lot of fun. But once you live here, you're not really doing a lot of the touristy stuff. Although you do occasionally go to a gallery, and maybe if you have relatives or friends in town, you might do the touristy stuff. But the 10 things that I just told you about are something that the locals like to do. So if you're into any of those types of things, you might want to move to Sedona because your neighbors will be like-minded people. You're going to make a lot of friends. You have a lot of things to do if you have this in common with some of the locals. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Dawn Dickenson. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona. If you like the video, please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in Northern Arizona real estate. Again, I'm not a travel channel, so you're not going to get a lot of information on things to do while you're visiting Northern Arizona. But if you're interested in learning about living in the Northern Arizona towns, certainly this is a place to be. If you subscribe, I post videos every single week. I hope to see you back here again next week, and have a great week, everyone.